involved, maybe, and that could be obviously a dangerous situation for drivers around this car as well as the officers in pursuit of this car.
That's definitely something to be concerned about, and just thinking about the why they'd want the spotlight being, flooded into this car could be just to make driving a little bit more difficult. You know what I mean? To make you want to pull over.
To put them in the
It's so
spotlight.
bright, exactly. So
John
well,
White.
it's hard at this point not to know that you are being chased by the California Highway Patrol. And quite a number of vehicles just behind
We still
this
have a ton of fuel.
Porsche right there. And again, 2 people inside, and the big concern for officers, and of course they always have to handle all these with the utmost of care, was that passenger moving back and forth, and I guess we were saying reaching under the seat or appearing to put something under the seat. And I remember hearing Desmond say earlier that at the beginning he didn't even see the passenger, so that passenger might have been ducked down or curved down in the driver's well. And look right now, Susan, you can see the driver kind of bobbing front and back. You can see it right there wearing that white baseball cap.
Yeah,
right?
you just kind of heard Desmond just say that we're good on gas, we're good on fuel, and that's certainly good news for us. But I can't imagine, Juan, that this car is the same situation. We know that they've been all around Los Angeles and now in the Orange County area. Going to be in Anaheim, then further south Santa Ana, if they continue on the 91 freeway. And it makes you wonder at what point they are going to run out of gas. It's bound to happen soon. That's my guess, but I can't imagine this car has the best MPG, so we'll see what happens there. But we know that they are wanted for reckless driving. They were let's talk about the behavior of this driver. At first, they were going, pretty fast on the freeway, driving 90 miles per hour, sometimes 80 miles per hour, sometimes at the speed limit. But when they exited in the El Monte area at one point, they got off the freeway there and off a bus ramp, and they were driving pretty recklessly. They went around, made the wide right turns. They went on the wrong side of the freeway and then got back on the freeway and then started speeding again. But right now in this Anaheim area, this is pretty typical for this time of night. We know that as soon as you pass by the 5 freeway there and you open up 91 there, it's going to be a wide freeway in Anaheim in Orange County.
And I know a lot of drivers would really love to have this type of drive time anytime in the city of Los Angeles, and now into Orange County, as you mentioned, in just a short amount of time. The traffic tonight has been very light, and of course, we've seen this in other cases like that, where there is a pursuit on a Friday night. You wonder, where is that normal Friday night traffic that we see on any typical day here in Southern California? But as you see here tonight, we don't know exactly what's happening ahead of this pursuit, but there could be an opportunity where officers are shutting down some on-ramps just to minimize the amount of traffic, because they also want to minimize the amount of people out on the road in case this does turn into something different, right? In case there's some sort of incident.
Sure, and that incident could be the fact that they might be using spike strips. We did get some word earlier that that could possibly be the case, but obviously we know that CHP officers aren't just going to let this happen. They're going to take a lot of factors into consideration first to make sure safety is number one. Who knows? They might do this on the freeway. Maybe this person will exit at some point. I mean, obviously they can't predict them exiting on any of their on-ramps there, but it might look like is this an exit here, Desmond, or is this just a freeway continuing on?
I think it might be going to the 57 freeway. Yeah, okay, northbound. Fortunately, northbound, because if it was southbound, we were going to bump into the Disneyland flight restrictions. So fortunately headed northbound now, away from Anaheim, now into the Fullerton area and back towards LA County on this other big flyover ramp. It's going to go right underneath the bottom of us here. So stand by. Let me zoom out here and adjust, and you can see how many units are in pursuit. It looks like about 4 or 5 units in pursuit right now. We still have the same chopper that's been over here the whole time. This has been the Glendale Burbank police chopper that has been overhead with their spotlight constantly.
All right, Desmond, you keep your eye on the pursuit. We're going to take a quick break here on KCAL 9 News at 9 and come back with breaking news. This pursuit of a Porsche convertible in the city of Anaheim.
Tired of that expensive utility bill?
Bill down and only $59 per month. That's right, only $59 per month.
That's right, only $59 per month.
Upgrade your home, make your bills lower. Call 833 PD Solar.
You're eating healthy.
I'm eating for 2. Yeah.
Ultimate Women's Health
Grow healthy.
Are you gonna run or are you gonna walk?
A little bit of both, I think. The doctor says it's good for my heart.
He says, Grandma, I want you to live forever.
Ultimate primary care.
Grow healthy.
It's Spectrum's best deal days. Get Spectrum TV, internet, and voice from $29.99 a month each. Call 844-559-2999.
Spectrum TV, Burbank Police also has, they have their helicopter overhead as this all started in Burbank's jurisdiction. They'll be very interested in taking this guy into custody ultimately. But CHP, again, taking over this pursuit for the time being as we make our way through Yorba Linda, approaching Yorba Linda Boulevard, northbound on the 57 freeway. A male driver refusing to pull over with a female passenger in the right seat with a white baseball cap. We've seen her ponytail blowing through the air. She's trying to make some phone calls. We've seen her holding the phone up to her ear and at times really erratic, moving back and forth, hunched over, slumped over at some points, looked like she was reaching below the passenger seat. Indication of no clear sign of what she's looking for or what she's trying to hold on to, but CHP is very concerned that she may be reaching for a weapon, and that's what they're prepared for. If this eventually comes to a stop, they are going to take all precautions because they are very unclear as to what she was reaching for and what the situation is, why people are not pulling over. Again, two suspects at one point, or for much of this pursuit, I should say, we were really unclear on whether this female passenger was being held against her will, if she was in some kind of distress, if she was maybe crying or in some kind of pain. But CHP has made the determination here in the last few minutes that she is compliant with the driver and is considered a suspect. So we've got two suspects in this vehicle. Again, newer model, black Porsche with the top down. Several CHP units right behind her. Again, we're traveling northbound on the 57 freeway. This pursuit now upwards of an hour old. I would say about an hour and 15 minutes. What would you say? About an hour 15, yeah? About an hour. PD? Yeah. What do you mean? But that's not him, right? That's CHP? Or Burbank? Okay. Orange, thank you. Purple one. Santa Ana units. No, Baldwin Park is picking it up. Once again, Air 7 HD up over a Pursuit in Baldwin Park as CHP continues to follow this black Porsche convertible with two suspects in the car, a male driver, a female passenger, northbound on the 57 freeway, approaching the 60 as we also approach the bottom of the 9 o'clock hour. Again, this has been going on for close to about an hour and a half. We've got two helicopters overhead, including San Bernardino Sheriff's Department as well as the Burbank Police Department, which is where this all began about an hour and a half ago. This driver driving the wrong way on Riverside Drive, eventually refusing to pull over and making his way onto the 101 freeway. We've been all over East LA and eventually made our way back onto the 5 freeway southbound into Orange County, did a big circle as we came through Anaheim and now have made our way onto the northbound side of the 57 freeway here in Diamond Bars. So certainly a confusing pursuit, unclear what the motivation here is, why this driver ever would have been driving the wrong way on Riverside Drive in the first place. But again, a male driver, female suspect in the passenger seat, acting very, very erratically for much of this pursuit. At some points making phone calls, other points slouched over, moving back and forth in the passenger seat, reaching for something under the passenger seat. CHP taking note of all of her behavior and very concerned about the possibility that these two may be armed and dangerous. They are going to be prepared for anything when this pursuit eventually comes to an end here. We are back in the number 1 lane next to the carpool lane there. You can see CHP's Baldwin Park Station taking over this pursuit from Orange County units just in the last minute or so. So we've got CHP's Baldwin Park Station as well as the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department helicopter overhead, and once again Burbank monitoring their suspect as well. So the chances of this suspect getting away, highly unlikely. We've seen it before, happens about 30% of the time, but in this case certainly appears that the driver intends to take this as long as he possibly can, as long as he's got gas. Again, we're northbound on the 57 freeway, approaching Diamond Bar, approaching the 60 freeway, I should say, and we'll see what he decides to do. All right, jumping onto the 60 freeway. All right, CHP transitioning with the suspects, northbound 57, transition onto the 60 freeway. Going to go west on the 60. And we'll be heading back westbound direction into the city of Industry. Again, we've done several, I wouldn't call them circles, but certainly a giant loop around the metro Los Angeles area this evening. Again, this pursuit starting in Burbank, eventually into downtown LA where CHP picked it up. We've been in East LA, we've been in Orange County. Now making our way into West Covina, westbound 60 freeway, approaching West Covina. A male driver, a female suspect, and a lot of questions as to what the motive is in this particular pursuit. Just no clear indication as to why they won't just pull over and why they were driving the wrong way on Riverside Drive in the first place. Unclear what the mental capacity is here, if there's anybody under the influence. Very odd behavior both on the part of the male driver and the female suspect in the passenger seat. You can see to the top of your screen, that's going to be San Bernardino's Sheriff Department helicopter. Again, we've got 2 helicopters over this pursuit. Burbank Police also have their helicopter overhead as well. LA County Sheriff also monitoring the pursuit as we make our way back in the direction of LA City. So numerous agencies have multiple resources at their disposal here, and we are covering all of it from up here in Air 7 HD. Coming up on 9:25 on a Friday night, what better way to spend it than right here with us? Westbound on the 60 freeway, coming up on the City of Industry, and looks like we're gonna hand it off once again. CHP off to East LA.
Yeah, coming into it now. As we continue on here, coming up to Azusa. Still number 3 lane here, westbound 60 freeway. You can see the passenger a little bit agitated there as he Pursuit continues on here. As we continue here, coming up to Hacienda, westbound on the 60. It's just a slow speed right now, just cruising along, and he's been giving the middle finger to the CHP units here several times during the pursuit, so pretty much an idea that he ain't going to stop. But, and westbound 60, number 3, coming up. As you can see there, a driver has his hand up on the window. And like I said, it's just cruising right along here, not doing anything crazy, which is very good. Crossroads up ahead. Let me know when we get close to that. Just switching off here as we come into the Baldwin Park. Baldwin Park is taken over from the Westminster office. It'd make my life a lot easier if you could light it up. All right. Yeah, mine won't stay on for more than about 10 minutes for it trips. You do? I don't even see yours now. Whoever's running it kind of like Mitch Miller bouncing ball there. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah. Yeah. It's getting under me here. Yeah, well, he's telling me he's in 2 lane. And here we go. We're looking here as we come along. Approaching Crossroads, number 3 lane. Hitting about 80 miles an hour now. Continuing on. And approaching the 605 for. Yeah, darn it. As we work along here, 80 miles an hour passing Crossroads here, eastbound on the 60 freeway, approaching the 605. And what they did is they tried a spike strip back there at Crossroads. I wasn't going to mention it because I don't like giving away that information because they could be listening on their mobile device, and I don't want to give them any indication of what's going to happen. coming to the blue. Down to 75 miles an hour coming up to Peck. So pretty much coming back towards downtown here on the 60, passing Santa Anita. This is, back through the Whittier Narrows area, working back through Monterey Park. So we'll see what happens when he gets up here to the 710 again, because he came down the 710 earlier. Let's see if he turns around and goes back north. But still cooking along here at about 70 miles an hour coming through the Whittier Narrows. Wanted for reckless, and doesn't have any plates on it, so they don't know who owns it. And 2 people on board, male driver, female passenger. Ryder. Coming up to Rosemary. Continuing on here as we work our way eastbound into Monterey Park. And you see it just kind of bouncing lanes 1 to 2 going through coming up to Rosemead. Couple CHP units up ahead parked on the shoulders. I got you to throw me there, right? Going up San Gabriel, number 1 lane, still about 60 to 70 miles an hour. And now coming up into the Greenwood is the off-ramp he's coming up on now. It's the westbound 60 at about 80 miles an hour now. Continuing on. As we work our way along here, you can see he just started picking up speed when they got close to him, and so he has the ability to go a lot faster. So luckily we're not at 100 plus at this point. But traffic is pretty light out ahead of him. There's not too much ahead of him, so he's kind of holding freeway speeds right now. It's not being blocked in by anything. 80 miles an hour here coming up on Greenwood, as I said. So CHP doing their handoffs. Now the East LA office from CHP is in pursuit. Normal operating procedure for CHP to hand off between the different offices as it passes through their areas on the freeways. So that keeps the officers in their area. Also, they're familiar with the freeway in their area, as well as anything on the side of the freeway should it get off. And then they have to be able to stay with it as it gets off the freeway. And also CHP dispatch keeps the local area law enforcement on either side. Now, this would be LAP or LA sheriffs up here advised of where the pursuit is. So if he does get off freeway, they're able to come in and help out with any perimeter that's needed if somebody takes off running. coming through, looks like, I think this is going to be Atlantic, yeah, Atlantic, approach Atlantic. And the 710's not too far ahead here, so he's going to be able to pick up what he's going to do there. He's going to stay on the 60, which will take you back up into the downtown area through the East LA interchange, or if he's going to jump on the 710. So he's holding out there, number 3 lane. Passing Atlantic now over to the number 4 lane. And here comes the interchange, so we'll kind of watch, see what he does here. I'm betting northbound. My money's going on northbound 710. Yeah, approaching the 710. Looks like committed 60, so that's why I don't play Vegas. As we continue on 65 miles an hour here, west 60 coming up to the 710. This will take us down through East LA and into the East LA interchange, which at that point it joins the 5 freeway, the 101, and the 10. Five's on the south side at 1200. Five's going to bump it up 1500 in case you got to come around PD1. Oh, yeah. Continuing on here, westbound 60, working our way through East LA, going through Indiana right now. Punching our way through traffic. Not really a lot around him, not really going that fast. They've been calling about 80 miles an hour here for a bit. It looks like he's a little bit slower at this point. But here we come into the East LA interchange. Like I said, he can go 60. It'll take him either 5, 101, or 10 is the choices he has down here. We'll see what he does when it comes in here. But it's a very large interchange that allows you to move around. North 101. Not so lucky there, Larry. Transition. He is. And here we go, North 101 here, continuing on, working our way through the East LA interchange. This is going right back pretty much where you came. Northbound 101 now through the East LA interchange, number 3 lane. Going through Boyle. A lot of overpasses in this area here. That's just one of the major interchanges here in LA. Coming through the east side of downtown LA. As we make our way up this way, we'll make our left-hand bend. It'll take us to the North 101, which we're on now, and it'll go right through the top end of downtown Los Angeles. And this is, once we make the connection up here, a little further ahead, is going to be right back on the same freeway he was on before. But coming southbound now, we'll be going northbound. So he kind of head back where he started. .62 miles an hour at northbound 101. Transitioning now, here's the turn to the left. As we go around, you'll go through a tunnel and pop out onto the north 101. So he could have taken the east 10 right there, but now he's committed to the north 101. All right. Approaching Bigness, number 1 lane, 55 miles an hour. Now, in pursuits like this, CHP, they've tried spike stripping him one time, but that didn't kind of work out for them. So they're just going to be content. They see continuing on here on the North 101, but they tried to spike strip one and then continuing on here through downtown LA. So they're just content to go ahead and drive along. Through Alameda. Yeah, he loves talking. Continuing on here, be coming up to the 110 freeway. It looks like the passenger's laying down. And it looks like he's on a mobile device there. Any chance you can call CHP and tell them that the female passenger is laying down? They're talking about, I'm sure you can hear it. Neither one of the air units overhead can talk to CHP. So I don't know if you could relay that for them. Never mind, Duke found a frequency. All right, so as we continue on here northbound on the 101 approaching Glendale. All right. And 5's going to slow it up here and slide over to the north side of the freeway so I can stay away from the bowl when we get up here. And so here as we go, number 1 lane here, Silver Lake. As we've been following here, he was at slow speeds. And a little bit of traffic ahead here he's going to have to weave his way through or work on. But right now it's still number 1 lane coming up through Rampart. Vermont, I just got it there. A little bit of downwash from 7 there. But anyway, continuing on here, northbound 101 and coming through Vermont. Get out a long eye right here as we swing out a little bit for the Hollywood Bowl, which is in progress. So we try to give those folks a little leeway as we go through there because we don't want to disturb their concert. So a lot of things you got to think about flying a news helicopter, not only Disneyland TFRs and airspaces, things of that sort. It's concerts as well. So do everything we can to make it friendly for the folks on the ground. But continuing north on the 101 here, working our way into East Hollywood. Coming up on Santa Monica. $63 miles per hour. Seven out your right door. As we work our way north now through Santa Monica, coming from Melrose. Since that's ways ahead as we work our way up, we'll start climbing the hill up into the Cahuenga Pass. And that takes us up over to the San Fernando Valley and back into the area where this thing all started. You said Pass in Alameda, right, Matt? Pass in Alameda is where it started? This is in the neighborhood. Riverside, Bob Hope, okay. 62 miles an hour through Sunset. Seven, I'm swinging right for you. We're going to get a little wider on the freeway here to give the Hollywood Bowl just a little bit of room here as we go through. And once we get past the Hollywood Bowl, I'll swing back over and get on top of the Pursuit. But and we're climbing the hill up into the Cahuenga Pass, heading up over the hill towards Barham. And we'll come down through Universal City. Still at 61 miles an hour going through the number 3 lane. .61 miles an hour coming up to Barham. All right, got you up there. Five's going to swing in behind 7, get back on the west side. Blind clear you 4? Okay, swing it behind yourself. Window. Looks like you might be getting off of Barham. Yes, off, confirmed off at Barham. hopefully he just doesn't get off the berm and swing it across the top of the freeway here. And if he makes the right up arm, it'll take him right back down into Burbank. There he is coming up to the intersection here. Looks like he's in the right-hand turn pocket. See where he goes when he gets down the intersection, come up on the intersection and making that right turn on Barham back down towards Burbank. He's heading home. This is where he's going. This is where it all started down here. Bob Hope in Riverside. They're heading down the hill here. Through a red light at 60 miles an hour here coming south. Fives on the west side, 2000. Working his way down the hill here, continuing on, going to bring him down to the metro area. 60 miles an hour through Forest Lawn on Barham. So now it's going to bring him down into the, I believe this is going to be Alameda down here as the next intersection he's coming to. Now on Olive here, westbound on Olive, or correction, eastbound Olive. Getting on the brakes here, making a left-hand turn. The Riverside, back onto Riverside. The Hollywood Way, actually, is on Hollywood Way, going over the top of the 134. On Hollywood Way, this will take us right down towards Burbank Airport. Very slow. Five's going to bring it down about 1,500. Stand by. Listen to the scanner. U-turn here, another turning here. Slowing down in res track here. Going in a cul-de-sac right now. Actually, it's not a cul-de-sac. It's straight through. It takes it right back out to the main street here. Yeah, making a turn into this apartment complex. Going into an apartment complex in Swin. Five's coming around east. And I'm trying to get it look like it might be a fairly stop in progress in a apartment complex here. What? Put bail from the car and let the car roll into another one. He's out on foot running between the buildings there. All right, huh? Oh, this just came to an ending here in an alleyway just north of the 134, right around Olive and Alameda. He ran into these apartment buildings here. This has been going where it started. It started off at Bob Hope at Riverside Drive on just a regular traffic stop. And when the officers tried to stop him, he took off, went on the wrong way on the freeway, then ended up getting back on the South 101 freeway. Took us all the way out to El Monte, then back to the west, then down all the way into Orange County, past Fullerton, up to 57 through the San Gabriel Valley, then finally ending up here in Burbank. But as I bring Sky 5 around, see if they bring him out. But he went between those buildings right there. He got out of the car when they came to a stop and let the car go, and it just ran into that car in the alley. A brand new Porsche. You see that Burbank unit walking up between the houses there. That's where he went. But along with a female passenger, so like I said, it's been going on for well over 2 hours. We're kind of waiting here to see them bring them out back to the units. Right in between those buildings is where they ran. So more than likely ran to the house. So we're trying to listen to on the scanner to see what information we can get off that as far as what they are doing down in there, whether they got them in custody or not. We're kind of looking in there and really can't tell. I think it's one more side, one more row over there, Colton, to the left in there. So right now, we'll see what we get as I get lined up on the side here. But yeah, it was just a very, not slow speed, just staying with freeway traffic. Times has sped up, but really it didn't do anything erratic. Just took them on about a 2-hour tour of the Southland, working our way around. So right now here we are looking down in there. I can't really pick up anybody in there, but listening to the frequencies, we're not hearing a code 4 yet if the suspect is in custody. You see the flashlights working in there. And right now, like I said, only wanted reckless driving and speed, and of course felony evading now. And depending on what happens at the end here, in between those apartment buildings, if there's any additional type of charges. 5 is to your north. Yeah, there was a lot of animation by the driver. He was giving a rude gesture to the officers most of the way. And then we watched him console the female passenger. She at one point had her face in her hands and was just rocking back and forth like she was distraught, just not really enjoying the ride. But it really didn't get going fast, but it did continue on for a long ways. We were on the 101 and came almost to a stop because of traffic. And then, but he got through that and went through. But I have no idea what's going on here. I'm kind of in a position here. You can see the officers moving around there. I don't see them with anybody in custody. He may have got inside of an apartment here in a residence of some sort. So trying to listen in, but not getting any information from the police right now. I'm going to squeeze up on you a little bit. Yeah, I have not heard them say anything about in custody or anything of that sort. I'm kind of watching here. Normally they'll bring them out this direction, but they're right between there. You see, okay, we just heard from the police, code 4, both suspects in custody. So you see where they've run down between the buildings here, and people here, they're going to be coming out here in a second. Yeah, here he comes. That's normally they'll bring them on out, and the suspect in custody. But yeah, Mike, as you were saying, that passenger, there's the driver right there. In custody, and the female didn't look like she was part of this plan at all. because like I said, it just started off with the normal traffic stop, and then the driver decided to take off, go the wrong way on the streets and freeway, and then get off and continue on down. And like I said, she appeared to be very distraught. You can see the police walking the suspect out now. That's the driver coming out there, and the female I don't see. Let me swing around here. Probably just swing east, and so kind of keeping an eye on him as I bring Sky 5 around. So we looking down here, down the alleyway here. So yeah, it's strange. Didn't look like your normal pursuit suspect. Looked like two people just on a Sunday afternoon drive. You know, their hats on, top down, and but now going to go to jail tonight after this lengthy pursuit. Yeah. What'd you say? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I see him. It's over here. It's going to swing out to the south. Got everybody? Every stringer in the world's down there. And we're still streaming. You can see it being taken into custody by the department who started the pursuit, Burbank. And he'll be spending the night at Burbank jail tonight after this 2-hour pursuit. They got the female back there now, of course. I don't know what you're looking. She. I think that's 7 over here on the west. I'm going to slide around behind you. So I'll slide around behind you. What's that? Is that her? Hanging on to somebody. Unless that's somebody who's trying to help. There's the female. Yeah, not your normal pursuit suspects. Yeah, we can get it for you now. Hang on a second. There's it right there. Cordova. Got you. Man, I'm just fine. But everybody's week 3 months. Go swinging. Yeah. All right, everybody in custody, everybody transported. There she goes. Alameda, Cordova, I believe. Yeah. Hang on a second.